Good morning. The subcommittee will come to order, and the chair recognizes himself for 5 minutes for an opening statement. And again, good morning and welcome to today's oversight hearing of the Federal Communications Commission. I want to begin by welcoming the commissioners back to the subcommittee. It's been over a year since the commission last testified before us, and to say we have a lot to cover in today's hearing would be an understatement. The FCC is an independent agency charged by Congress to regulate interstate and international communications by radio, television, wire, satellite, and cable. Its responsibilities include administrating the Universal Service Fund, the USF, holding spectrum auctions, and regulating broadcast licenses. During the COVID-19 pandemic, Congress added to the list by charging the FCC with administering the Affordable Connectivity Program, the ACP, the Energy Connectivity Fund, and the COVID-19 telehealth program, totaling billions of dollars. Closing the digital divide is a key priority for this committee. Last month, the FCC released an updated version of its national broadband map, which showed that 8.3 million homes and businesses still lack access to high-speed broadband. This map, produced in accordance with the bill I led, the Broadband Data Act, is significantly better than previous maps. But concerns with pre-production draft that overstated coverage in some areas and missed communities in others highlight the need for oversight of the effort. This oversight is especially important because the National Telecommunications Information Administration plans to use this latest map to make allocations to states for $42 billion in the BEAD program on June 30. With a huge amount of money at stake, we need confidence these maps are accurate so states get the right allocation to connect all their unserved and underserved residents. As I mentioned, the FCC administers the USF, the ACP, the ECF programs. Congress' significant investment in broadband raises questions about the future of the USF. For example, what, if any, should the USF fund once the infrastructure money is spent? How should Congress address duplicative programs like ACP and Lifeline, and who should contribute to the USF? I hope today's discussion will answer these questions. Unfortunately, we also know these programs are ripe with waste, fraud, and abuse. The FCC Inspector General has issued two advisories related to enrollment fraud in ACP and its predecessor program, the Emergency Broadband Benefit, two programs creating response to the COVID-19 pandemic. And earlier this year, the Government Accountability Office found the FCC did not have the adequate anti-fraud controls for the program. It is my hope that the Commission takes these findings seriously and implements the right oversight and controls to prevent additional fraud from taking place. Finally, we need to fully fund the supply chain reimbursement or the Rip and Replace program, which Congress created to help small providers remove unsecure equipment from the networks. This committee unanimously passed H.R. 3565, the Spectrum Auction Reauthorization Act, to immediately address the shortfall and restore the FCC's Spectrum Auction Authority, which expired on March the 9th. Providers are required to begin the process of removing the equipment by July the 15th, and they need the certainty they can get reimbursed for their efforts. This is a serious problem, especially for rural America. Without these funds, small carriers could be forced to shut down their networks, leaving their customers without a connection. We cannot let this happen and need the full House and Senate to act on this legislation immediately. I look forward to discussing the important issues before the Commission and thank the Commissioner for being with us today. And I now recognize the gentlelady from California, the ranking member of the subcommittee, for 5 minutes for her opening statement.